What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Gyllene Tider. We're returning for the final track on the proper album, at least according to the Discogs master release of their 1980 self-titled album, though, as always, thank you to Gebus, and there are at least a couple extra tracks, I think a few extra tracks in the folder, including one that's 24 December. Now, I don't know if that has a holiday aspect to it. If it does, because by the time we come back around 2 Sundays from now, it'll be in the period that I've already said will switch over to all holiday reactions. Like the last 2 weeks before Christmas, I'm going to do exclusively holiday reactions. But that does include material from groups I'm already deep diving on. So if it has a holiday element, do tell me, and I can perhaps try to include it. And even if it doesn't, I'm intrigued, because of course, you know, the 24th of December, whether or not you're celebrating Christmas Eve, it's during a time of the year that I regard very fondly. I'm a December birthday, and I do enjoy the Christmas season, so I was intrigued when I saw that. But as far as I know, that and a couple others are not on the album proper. Regardless, the final track, and I figured this out on my own, is Guld. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it translates to gold. I assume that, and I went to confirm on Google Translate, and yes, indeed, apparently this means gold. So if it is all in Swedish, I obviously won't be able to glean any insights, but of course gold can be a visual and material reference, but even then it often in songs can relate to a feeling or the quality or luster of some emotion or interpersonal situation. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does function on multiple levels. Let's give it a listen. This is Gyllene Tider. The tune is Guld, or it translates to gold, and it's the final song on their 1980 self-titled album.
Guldet det glimmar, bedårar och bränner. Man vrider och man vänder för att få komma i dess glans. Rikedomens glans. Man jobbar och man sliter oändliga timmar. Man vill så gärna leva och ta vara på sin chans. Rikedomens glans. Rikedomens glans. Man läser på läxan. Guld ger Guldet det glimmar, lockar och förhånar. Man trampar
I love that as an album closer. It definitely has a different feel than a lot of the records sonically, and it is relatively more simple in terms of the arrangement. As far as I can tell, it's voices and piano, and true piano. Fair play. I give you that. You got me. My train of thought was just completely derailed, which I don't mind because that was entirely worth the experience. The bird style wooing that happened is just the comedic icing on the cake. What was I saying? Something about piano, the simple arrangement, I guess. There's an elegance to the piano playing, I'll say that. It had this like rich emotional feel. There were a couple moments where I was like almost like getting greedy and thinking like, oh, phonetically that almost sounded like glimmer, which, you know, gold has a shine and a glimmer to it. I wondered if there was a moment where I was like, oh, was that like the Swedish version of like gold earring or something? I'm guessing these are phonetic coincidence, and it's probably not the words or phrases that my brain like suddenly thought like, oh, like maybe that translates as that. So either way, I once again would expect that there is some figurative meaning going on here, and gold is representative of the luster, the shine, the value and or quality of some emotion, some relationship, some circumstance. A couple moments where Pear hits the vocals with a bit of like whispery, raspy fire. He's not like belting. I mean, a lot of his like powerful lines, they do have a bit of that like whispered, raspy type of quality. It's like, you know, he's not like a full-throated belter, but yeah, when he gets a bit more fiery, it has that quality. Although here it was still a bit more subdued. And yeah, it felt like a more serious track until, of course, we get to our cheeky add-on at the end. But yeah, I very much enjoyed the feeling of the tune, and I of course do wonder about the lyrics, and once again, there are 3 bonus tunes. I think it's 3. Let me just make sure that's right. But yeah, there's a few bonus tunes in here that we will go through. Again, I don't know exactly how that will work in terms of, yeah, there are 3. Oh, and Ziggy Stardust. So apparently there's a Bowie reference coming along the way. And having just gone through a track that referenced Buddy Holly and the Rolling Stones and so on, it does seem like they're kind of pulling from perhaps Pears specifically, or maybe the band more generally, the musical touchstones that were part of their inspiration and points of reference. So I'm intrigued by that. But yes, as I said, I'm not sure. But again, do let me know if 24 December is as holiday-based, or at least associated as it would seem to be. And yeah, we can certainly do that one, and then the rest of it will likely wait until after New Year's, because again, for the next couple weeks after the 1st of December, which is tomorrow by the time you're seeing this, I'm going to be doing like kind of 50-50, still some regular reactions, but more holiday reactions, and then from the 10th or so until at least a few days after Christmas, maybe to the New Year, but at least until like the 27th or 28th, it'll be exclusively holiday reactions. And to be fair, I'm doing some holiday stuff over on my Patreon. And in that regard, I wanted to give a shout out to Gebus, who checked out the watch-along I did for Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, a Thanksgiving movie, one that is near and dear to my heart. I really enjoyed, although it did annoy me. He pointed out that there's a scene in a hotel room with a painting of an individual, and I was thinking in my head, like, why do I want to say that's Roy Orbison? Maybe someone told me before, maybe like I kind of like, oh, it looks like him, whatever, but I didn't commit to it in the watch along. And then he mentioned, oh, it's clearly Roy Orbison. It's like, damn it, a missed opportunity. But again, for those of you who don't check out my Patreon, you might be interested. I have some holiday materials and watch alongs, maybe a riff as well coming. So in any case, yeah, we'll be back for Gyllene Tider, maybe during the holiday period, maybe after, but everything will resume. So do let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.